Toxic Dating Advice for Men, Episode 1. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the raw, uncut, unfiltered truth of dating and power dynamics. That's what we're going to be talking about today, right? Some people might call this toxic, and that's why I'm naming it Toxic Dating Advice for Men, because some people think it's toxic. Obviously, a nice guy like myself, I would never use something like this. I'm just telling you guys, the toxic guys. I'm a nice guy. You know me. All right? So use this wisely. So, the first thing that we're going to be talking about today is power dynamics, right? Because power dynamics, they're everywhere. They're in your relationship, they're in your mother and father relationship, there is the father and son relationship, there is your friends, there is someone who you're trying to get into Hollywood, or maybe you want to get a sale, or maybe it is at your job, your manager and the employee, right? Power dynamics are everywhere. And it's very important for you to start to understand what power dynamics are. But for this episode that we're talking about dating, what we're going to talk about is power dynamics between a man and a woman, right? Because for those of you who have dated and you've been in a couple relationships, maybe you've never experienced what it's like to be the man in your relationship. Maybe you've never had that experience to where you're the man, you call the shots, your woman looks up to you, your woman respects you, and your woman is willing to ride for you because she knows you're the man and she willingly gives you that position of authority, right? She accepts it. She says, "This is my man. He's the man. He leads. I follow." Okay? So if that's you and you're wondering, how can you get to that place in your relationship, right? Because maybe you've been in a relationship and your woman has led you. Or maybe you started off with the power, or you started off in authority, you started off leading, and then later on you kind of caught feelings, and then now she's leading, right? So one thing that you guys might not know is that when you're dating a woman, right? When you first see her, when you first lay eyes on her and you see her, she has something that you want. She has something that you want. We all know what it is. Let's not lie here. Let's not joke around and beat around the bush. We all know what it is that you want, brother. You're starving. That brother is starving. You want sex, okay? You want the sex, and that's what she has, right? For most guys, when they see a woman, that's the first thing they think about. So let's not lie here. Let's not beat around the bush. Like I said, this is raw, uncut, unfiltered. So when you see her for the first time, you're thinking sex. That's what you want. She has the keys to that door. And unless she consents, you can't do anything about it, right? Unless you want to go out there and catch a rape charge, which I do not suggest that you do. I highly suggest, that you only deal with women who give you their consent first. If she does not give you consent, hey, respect it, keep it pushing. There's someone out there who will like you and will give you consent. So don't mess with girls who don't give you consent, all right? So, like I said, you see her, you find her attractive. You're like, I want her. So right now, she has the leverage in this dynamic. This is not even a relationship yet, but this is the dynamic. She has the leverage because she has something that you want, right? She's up here, you're down here. She has something that you want. And until you can gain leverage, you're going to be in that position down here. That's why when you first meet a woman and maybe you get her number or you give her yours, maybe she's not texting you as much, right? Maybe she's not texting you that much. And you're over here pursuing, you're texting, you're trying to set a date, whatever the case may be. Because right now, you don't have the power. You don't call the shots. Okay? So it's very important that you start from the very beginning to learn how to set these power dynamics straight and how to set yourself up as the man for the rest of the relationship so that from the very start, she can look at you and she can see that you're a leader, right? This starts as little as you telling her where you're going to go to the date. Here's what we're going to go do. Here's the food that we're going to eat. Here's the activity. I'll pay. I'll take care of it. Wear a black dress, whatever the case may be, right? You're leading and she's following. But as of now, you might be setting all the dynamics straight, right? But she still has something that you want, and that is the sex. So what most guys don't understand is that when a woman first is dating you and you are trying to pursue her, you're trying to set up a relationship, maybe you've gone on a couple dates. Maybe, like I said, you've already kissed her. Maybe you guys have gone a little past kissing. Maybe you gave her a hug. Maybe you've done all these things and you're progressing, right? The date is moving forward. The ball is rolling forward. It's not like you're trying to set up a date and she's just not responding. No, she's responding. She's interacting with you. She shows up on the date. She wears the dress that you told her to wear, right? She shows up. She's nice. She's feminine. So it's moving forward, right? And now you're at a point where you're about to smash. You're about to beat them Doonies down. You're about to take her to Pound Town, right? And when you do, now, once you've already taken her to Pound Town and you've beat them Doonies down, guess what? Guess what? This is what guys don't understand is that now you have the power. Once you have smashed, you have the power. This is the raw, uncut, unfiltered truth. Now you have the power. You want to know why? Because now you have something that she wants. And this is what guys don't understand. Because guys, they will smash and they'll instantly get into a relationship. Instantly. Just because she says, hey, you want to get into a relationship? Sure. You just gave up the power. You just gave up the leverage, right? Because for a long time, she was holding off. Maybe she was holding off for a week. Maybe she wanted you to take her out on a date. Maybe she wanted you to treat her nice, to open the door, to be funny, to do this, to do that, right? She wants to see a lot from you before she gives you the sex. Okay? So she didn't just give it to you right away, right? Just because you asked, hey, I want to fuck. Okay, sure, let's do it. No, she didn't do that, right? So now that you have already smashed and now she asks for a relationship and you say, yes, here you go, you've just given up the only leverage that you had, right? So the leverage that you have is the fact that now you've already smashed. You got what you wanted. Now the leverage is back in your court, right? The ball's back in your court. Now you hold the leverage. Now you hold the power. And what you do moving forward is what's going to determine the rest of the relationship and how it plays out, the dynamic between the two of you. Because if you just give her a relationship freely, right? Most likely it's not going to go as she is following you because it almost seems like you're desperate, right? You just smashed. Okay, now you seem like you just fell in love because she let you hit one time, right? And the guy she really likes, he didn't really give it up that easy. He didn't really give the relationship to her that easy. And the fact that you did, it's almost like, why? Why did he do it so easily, right? Is he desperate? Does he need a girlfriend? Has he been in a drought for the last year? And now all of a sudden I come into his life, I give him a little bit of non-bread, and suddenly he's all into me now. He's in love. So the leverage that you have is the fact that you already smashed, and now what guys don't know is that guys are the ones who can say yes to a relationship or no. And until you understand that, you will start to understand that now you have the leverage. And now moving forward, the same way that she had you do, take her out on a date, make sure you were nice, make sure you dress good, make sure you smell good, make sure you're respectful, make sure she has a long list of things, right? And what you don't understand is that you just give it up when you yourself should have requirements for a woman who you're going to get into a relationship with. So unless she meets these requirements, then you can't just give it up freely just because you guys had sex, right? She has to be willing to adhere, and she has to be willing to submit to you and understand that you're going to be the leader and you're going to lead her and yourself moving forward. You're going to be the man of the house. You're going to take care of everything. You're going to pay for all the dates, everything, right? You're going to take care of her. But she has to know you're going to be the leader and she has to follow. And until she understands that fully, then you guys can't get into a relationship, right? Because if she doesn't see you that way, if she doesn't see you as the leader, as the man, the guy that she can follow, and you just give her a relationship, that's heading for destruction, brother. She's going to end up cheating on you. She's going to end up nagging you, whatever the case may be. So if you want a soft, feminine woman who's going to submit to you and is going to listen to you and is going to follow your lead, then you have to set it up from the very beginning as you are the man, right? And unless you hold off and get to know her a little better, let her show and prove to you that she is a woman worthy of being your girlfriend and being a woman who you can be exclusive with, right? You still have the power. So now you let her know this is what I require for a woman who is going to be in my life and I'm going to call my girlfriend, right? Because that position is not just given out freely to everyone, right? When you work a job, do they give you the highest ranking position right away? No. You usually start at the bottom, right? And you have to prove yourself. You have to show in a way why you're a perfect candidate for that position until you can get hired for that position, right? Because that position is a very important position and it can't just be given to everyone, all right? Give me 1 second. So if you want to set the power dynamic straight, you have to understand that once you smash, you have the power now. You're in control. So don't just give it up freely and understand, okay, I have the power. And with great power comes great responsibility. Meaning from now, you get to filter out the type of woman who comes into your life. That's how you get exactly what it is that you want. If you're a man and you don't have what it is that you want in your relationship, then there's something wrong. And 9 times out of 10, your woman doesn't respect you. Your woman can't follow you as the leader. And it's because you didn't set the power dynamic straight. It's because you didn't exercise your power. You didn't take the leverage that you had and let her know from the start, this is what I want. When you tell her everything that you want, this is what I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. This is what I require for a woman who I'm going to give, the title of a girlfriend to. And if she says no, okay, she can kick rocks. So that's how you get what it is that you want because you've let her know from the start, listen, this is what I want. And she can't tell you that you have to get in a relationship with her, right? That's your decision. It's your decision whether you get into a relationship or whether you keep it pushing and you keep it single because she gave you what you wanted. And now, in order for her to get what she wants, she has to give you what you want, meaning, this is what I want. I want a woman who's going to cook for me. I want a woman who's going to clean for me. I want a woman who is sexually into me, whatever the case may be, right? You guys have that discussion beforehand. You guys had that discussion before you move forward and before you say, I'm going to make you my girlfriend. Okay? So she has to show you, and this is not proving in a way as if like she's a worthless woman, but it's proving in the sense that you're a good candidate for this position because there's other people out there who might be perfect for this role. So why are you perfect for the role, right? And most guys don't understand that. And that's why they end up in a relationship with a woman who doesn't sleep with them, doesn't suck them off, doesn't do this, doesn't cook for them, doesn't clean. It's just a headache every single day. They get home from work and it's just a headache. You don't get sex. You don't get peace of mind. You don't get massages. You don't get a foot rub. You don't get her to buy you nice gifts because she respects you and she knows you're the man. No, you don't get none of that. Why? Because you don't get what you want. Because from the very beginning, because once you're in the relationship, right? Once you give her the role of girlfriend and you say, here you go, you can have it from the start, and you didn't tell her exactly what it is that you wanted, 9 times out of 10, she's not going to give you what you want. She's not going to say, okay, here you go, right? Because it's like if you apply for a job and they tell you, this is what you have to do. You have to clean the floors, right? Let's just say you have a floor cleaning position. You have to clean the floors and we're going to pay you $15 an hour, right? And then later down the line, they tell you, hey, listen, buddy, we're going to have you clean the floors. We're going to have you mop the fridge. We're going to have you microwave the chairs, whatever the case may be, right? You're going to be like, why would I do that? I started off with just cleaning the floors and you were paying me the salary you told me you were going to pay me. It's the same thing. Well, we started off like this, and to be honest, I got the relationship, so why should I change? She's not going to want to change. So until you start to exercise the power that you have from the beginning and you use your leverage to make sure you get what you want, if you're getting into a relationship as a man because you have the power now, you're going to end up in a relationship where you're unsatisfied, you're unfulfilled, and no man should have to live like that. And this is not to say that she has to do everything that you say. She has to do everything that you want, because if she doesn't want to do this, she has free will and she can keep it pushing. It's totally fine. Listen, baby, if you don't want to do what it is that I want to do, that's okay. You don't have to be my girlfriend. So that's what you have to understand is, since you hold the keys to the relationship, you don't have to be an asshole about it. You don't have to be a dick. You just got to say, hey, listen, I completely understand. If that's not what you want, then we're just not a right fit for each other. We are just not on the same page, on the same wavelength, right? So it's up to her. If she wants to bend to your will, if she wants to submit to you and follow your lead and accept that she is the woman of the relationship, you are the man, then that's when you'll actually start to see what it is that you want. And she will be able to get a relationship out of you because she showed that she was the right candidate for the job. And if you're this type of man who is going to be the man from the very beginning, you can't do this and be a complete loser. You can't be a complete jerk off and ask for all these things and you're fat as fuck and you don't know how to lead yourself and you can barely pay the bills and you can't do any of these things and you're having a long list of requirements. You have to be the man first. You have to be the man. You have to know your worth. And then once she comes along, okay, these are the requirements for the girlfriend position, okay? And this is not to say you're gonna treat a woman like shit, right? You treat a woman absolutely great. You treat her, as long as she treats you good, you treat her good. And if she's treating you like shit, then get rid of her. Why even have her in your life? But this is not to say that you're gonna be a complete asshole to women just because you have the power, right? This is not to say you're going to fuck her and then just kick her out and not take her anywhere. No, I'm this big alpha male. No. It's about mutual respect. It's about her understanding that you're the man, respecting you, and you can reward her when your woman knows that you're the man and she treats you like the man, then she can get rewarded with whatever she wants. That's the video for today, guys. Let me know what you guys think. If you want, I'll make a couple more. This is episode 1, Toxic Dating Advice for Men. Peace out.